This week on Centennial Sportsnet.
The Blue Jays look to continue their hunt for a blue October.
Queens looks to give U of T the varsity blues.
Our own infield reporters showcase some of Ontario's top amateur boxing talent.
And the Colts look to get back on their winning ways.
All this and more coming up on Centennial Sportsnet. Watch it. Welcoming you back inside of our Centennial Sportsnet studio, joined alongside my partner in crime, Alykhan Ravjiani. I'm Matt Lowry, and no better way to start this program than by telling you that your Toronto Blue Jays, for the first time since 1993, well, their regular season is going to extend past game number 162.
Absolutely, Matt. It's a fantastic time in the city for baseball right now. The Blue Jays sitting very pretty, first place overall in the American League, and their magic number is just 2 games to clinch the American League East in total after a thrilling come-from-behind victory last night over the Baltimore Orioles. And on the weekend, the Blue Jays got a glimpse of what the celebration could potentially look like as they were popping bottles. The Jays grabbing at least a wild card in their series against the Rays, and Nelson Perez was on the scene.
The Toronto Blue Jays punched a ticket to the postseason after 22 years, sweeping the Tampa Bay Rays this weekend at the Rogers Center. In 1993 was the last time that the Blue Jays were part of the postseason in the American League, and they managed to win all the way to the World Series. We had the chance to talk to some of the players on the roster to see what they think about this accomplishment. Here's what they said.
Hey, this is one of the best teams I've played for, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun being part of this team. You know, there's a lot of energy, and it shows today. You know, we walked off and there's a lot of energy. But yeah, we're all very excited about getting a wild card spot. But the goal is to win the division, and that's what we're trying to do right now. It's just win the division. Oh, it's been a lot of fun. You know, I'm glad I got an opportunity to play here, and you know, I took advantage of it, and now you know we're looking like we're going to the playoffs. So it's been a lot of fun for me. I'm just glad, you know, I've been able to help out the team, and just trying to give them a chance to win. You know, that's all I'm trying to do out there, and it's been happening. So yeah, I'm proud of myself and this entire team.
Oh no, we're really happy and excited about the opportunity that we got right now. We got a great team. We got a great chemistry between each other, and we're just trying to roll this thing as long as we can. Our team is unbelievable. We get great defense. We get great offense. Our pitching has been outstanding throughout the whole year, and we just got to keep doing our thing, man.
Oh, you know, I think it's more great for the city. You know, they wait a long time for a winner, and we're probably going to put a good product out on the field, and it's going to be fun. I mean, the goal of mine, you know, from day one was to win the AL East, which we have a chance to do in the next couple of days. But for me, you know, I came in the season more as a utility guy. Now with guys going down, get to play every day, you know, it's good to see the hard work that I put in the offseason pay off and be able to help the team win.
I think it's been neat for the city. It's been a long time coming. I'm happy for guys like, you know, Batista and Encarnacion who have played their whole career and hadn't reached postseason yet. This will be their first experience, and they deserve it. That's the goal. Hopefully I will be. Sometimes you can't tell, but that is definitely the goal.
The job is not done yet. The Blue Jays' magic number to win the pennant is 4. And they now move into Baltimore to face the Orioles in a 4-game series at Camden Yards. Then they will close the season facing the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field, hoping to achieve the pennant and to have the best record in the American League. For Centennial Sportsnet, I'm Nelson Perez.
The 2015 running of the CIS Football's regular season is slowly winding down, with the teams across the country looking to solidify their stature in provincial and national rankings to ultimately make a run at a Vanier Cup championship. One of those teams is Queen's University, looking to rebound after last year's 8th place OUA finish, missing the playoffs entirely. Let's roll the highlights. Queen's Golden Gales, University of Toronto Varsity Blues from downtown TO. Queen's quarterback Nate Hobbs has been unconscious this season, a shining record of 12 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. This guy's even got an art major. He'd carve up another masterpiece on the field in this one. Slow start as well. 1-0 Queens in the second quarter when Hobbs on the 6-yard line. He's going to fake and fire to a wide-open Peter Hannon for the major, who goes by the street moniker of Lil Gronk. It's 8-0 Gales, and Hobbs later in the quarter is going to escape the pressure in the pocket at midfield, and heave one downfield to Curtis Carmichael, who's brought down at the 1, a 52-yard completion for Hobbs. But the very next play, with Queens threatening on the goal line, Andrews fumbles the ball in the end zone. The Blues would recover. Hobbs, and he's a little upset with himself after that great pass was spoiled. But he might have had a laugh about this. Blues can't even celebrate properly, let alone put a stop to Hobbs. That's Marcus Grandison taken out by his own player. Hobbs would regroup, however. Next series for Queens right before halftime. Almost identical plays. Another bomb downfield. Doug Corby, 54-yard TD reception. Gales up 15-0 at the break, and the Blues honoring their 1965 Vanier Cup championship winning squad. Maybe that fired up the U of T side in the second half as they try to cut into Queens' lead with the help of that man there, Dallin Kaprowski. All right, third quarter, Kaprowski. He's going to take it on the run option for a first down near the red zone. U of T would score a few plays later thanks to that, and more from Kaprowski in the fourth. The McGill-Redmond transfer is going to run it to the pylon from the 5 to bring the Blues within 7 points, but the Gales would put their foot down in the fourth, capped by this Jesse Andrews TD run. Hobbs and company, simply too much to handle for the Blues. They would take it by a count of 37-18, and you see there Nate Hobbs over 400 yards with 2 touchdowns. Jesse Andrews and Devontae Smith on the U of T side, strong in the running game, over 100 yards each.
We're going to switch gears to some fisticuffs. Now we all know it was a popular summer in the boxing circle. A couple of the world's most famous stars lined up and squared off at the MGM Grand in Vegas. But no, it wasn't a Pacquiao Mayweather or Lowry Ravjiani that brought the crowd to their feet this weekend. Ontario's best amateur boxers and rising stars showed off their moves for Fight Night 2 at the BattleArts Academy in Mississauga. Flip Livingstone tells us more.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Don Koloff Arena here at BattleArts Academy for an amazing night of live boxing.
The BattleArts Academy opened its doors in September 2013. The Academy is located in the heart of beautiful Mississauga and is a 13,000 square foot multi-use facility. BattleArts offers a variety of classes ranging from strength and conditioning workouts to MMA to kids boxing, offering people from all ages and skill levels the opportunity to experience combat sports. One of the head trainers at BattleArts is Tony Wallace.
Now we got a big event tonight, Fight Night 2. Got a boxer, Tristan Brooks, fighting. You want to tell us a little bit about Tristan?
Yeah, Tristan's been, training boxing for just over 2 years, and he's doing very well. Very hard trainer. He trains very hard, and he enjoys boxing.
Awesome. And an event like a Fight Night tonight, bringing amateur boxing to some light in Ontario. What's that like for the fighters here tonight?
Oh, it's very good. It's good exposure. We got a beautiful facility here, nice rings, and for these amateurs to be here with people like yourself, and we videotape the event is a good thing for them all.
Tristan relishes the opportunity to not only train and fight, but to pass on his knowledge of the sport to young athletes just getting their start in boxing.
Tristan, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great, getting ready for a fight in the next, 3-4 hours, so I'm feeling good.
And I also understand you're involved with coaching the sport as well. Yeah. What's that like for you to coach?
Oh man, I love the kids of the sport. That makes me fall in love with the sport even more, is the fact that I can teach my knowledge and let kids know that you can do it, you can make it. We have a kid named Christian Freitas. I call him Christian Pitbull Freitas, but he likes to be called the champ. He's got his fight later on tonight, so stay tuned.
So what's it like for you to be able to train at a place like BattleArts, where it really seems like fighters from all walks of life are here to train?
It's amazing because you see different faces, different professionals walking in the gym, and you get to explore your expertise. Just a while ago, we had the guys from Pan Am Games come here from Venezuela and train here, so we are considered one of Ontario's top team training facility, so it's great. It's amazing. It's the best experience of my life.
That's awesome, man. Thank you very much, Tristan, for taking the time today, and good luck tonight, man.
Yeah, man. Just stop growing, man. Stop growing.
Hey, I'll try. That's the Wheaties for you. Back to the desk, guys.
For that, Flip. And up next after the break, when Sportsnet continues, men's Centennial Soccer looking to get the win against Algonquin.
Alex Lee and Marta Kruk try out for the cricket team.
And our own Between the Trenches panel has your fantasy football fix. Stay tuned when we come back. You don't want to miss it.
Are you bored at home? Tired of staying in on a Friday night with no plans? Well, the Third and Long hotline is here for you. We have operators standing by 24/7 to answer all your hottest and deepest fantasy football questions. Don't have a cell phone? Stuck at work? Is traffic too heavy on the local newspaper website? Call our toll-free number. What do you have to lose? Call now. 1-888-555-6969. Our experts can help you determine who to start, sit, stash, or quit. What's your fantasy?
Welcome back to the show, everyone. And for all you athletes, whether you're playing house league or in the pros, there's always those games on the calendar that hold a bit of extra incentive and bring out the competitive fire. For the Centennial Colts, their matchup with the Algonquin Thunder was one of those. After falling flat against the reigning OCAA champs by a 6-0 score just 2 weeks ago, the Colts looked for redemption Saturday against the East Division leaders. The Thunder 3-10 entering action, while the Colts are coming off their first win of the season against St. Lawrence Kingston, picked things up right off the opening kick. Centennial playing with the ball in their own zone, and they turn it over. Ball eventually lands on the feet of Hayden Simmons O'Grady. He dribbles by 3 Colts defenders and finishes with the left. Pretty play, and Algonquin goes out in front 1-0. The Colts defense looking to avoid a repeat of the disaster from 2 weeks ago. Later in the half, it's Algonquin's turn to gift wrap a turnover. Yasin Shawan presses triangle and gives Nashawn Campbell the through ball. He goes tic-tac-toe with Gadai Korijimi, and we're all squared at ones. That play was so nice, we'll show it again in super slow-mo. Centennial back on the attack and looking for more. Ikena Kawacha splits the defense and gets in all alone, but his shot is punched away by Thunder keeper Simon Brown. One of his 12 saves on the afternoon. We stay tied up. Algonquin gets it back right there. The ball ricochets to Kieran Spring. He taps it home, and the Thunder strike back in front 2-1. Centennial, though, will not go down without a fight. It's Kawacha stripping the ball from the Algonquin D and gets it to Shawan. Shawan pulls not one, but 2 spectacular moves and gets the ball back to Kawacha. No chance for Simon Brown as Kawacha puts it in. It's 2-all, and that is how this baby ends. Centennial stun the champs and tie with the first place Thunder. Colts move into a 4th place with the Durham Lords. They will take on those same Lords on Saturday. A Centennial win can move them as high as 2nd place in the East Division.
It's a sport that's creating many new fans and seemingly growing in popularity each day. I'm talking about cricket. Cricket. And here at Centennial, a budding indoor cricket league has caught the interest of many, including one Centennial Sportsnet reporter. Our own Alex K. Lee has that story and more.
The Centennial Colts have representation in a number of competitive sports: basketball, volleyball, soccer. One sport that the Colts are involved in that some people may not know about is cricket. We're here at Progress Campus, the Athletics and Wellness Center, where open tryouts are currently happening to see who will make this year's squad of elite cricketeers, and maybe learn a little bit more about the sport of cricket ourselves. Now, obviously, there's pretty much no difference between outdoor and indoor cricket.
It's a completely different game. And we tell this to almost all the guys that come to try out. We're still doing it with a cricket bat, and but the ball is a tennis ball, right? It's a taped tennis ball, right? You're confined to the gym, but in here you gotta have a controlled shot.
We felt it was important that the players and the coach were ready mentally as well as ready physically. So, we prepared a quiz. Who is the career runs leader in Test cricket history?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar is the leading run scorer. He's actually a leading run scorer in the ODIs as well.
Coach, you don't have to show off. What is the earliest known reference to the sport of cricket? A, 1492, B, 1598, or C, 1687?
Oh, God. You know what? I just go with 1687, but I'm guessing.
Coach, I think anyone would know that that's the year that Isaac Newton published the mathematical principles of natural philosophy, and not the year that cricket.
Yeah, I
right?
knew that one. Now I remember,
okay.
right?
Yeah, obviously.
All right.
Maybe this question is wrong.
Moving on. Moving on before my credibility is questioned further. Have you ever had a batsman do something to try and like throw you off?
Yeah, they use some slang words sometimes.
When you play 5-over games, you gotta get in other teams' minds, right? Sometimes that will win you the games. No lies.
Like when I go and hit for a 6, I usually do it like that to a bowler. That's my sign of respect.
I don't know. Did you see me out there taking some cracks out there?
I did. I actually.
What do you think my potential is?
First of all, you gotta hold it like a cricket bat, right? You went at it like baseball. I mean, you know, you have a thicker blade. It's much easier, man, for you to slam it. But again, this ball will come with a bounce, right? It will not be a ball. You miss it, there's not 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes. You know, you're just gone.
Did you see Marta go? Did you see Marta?
Oh yeah, she was fantastic. She blew it. She blew it out of proportion. I was telling some of these guys to take notes, and she's actually pretty good.
No, cut. That's not. We're just gonna. No, that's not gonna make it in there.
He just can't seem to agree that she batted better than him. So I don't know.
Why did I give him the microphone? So, as the first round of cricket tryouts winds down, I think it's safe to say that we learned a few things. 1, the basics of cricket and what makes it such an interesting sport. 2, we met some of the potential recruits for this year's Colts Cricketeers. And 3, without a shadow of a doubt, if I applied myself, I could have become an amazing cricket player. For Centennial Sportsnet, Alexander K. Lee.
Well, it seems clear to me Marta has a future on the cricket team. Alex, I heard the golf team is recruiting. Now, at Centennial College, fantasy football isn't just a league. It's a lifestyle. 12 teams knocking each other out over 16 weeks, where one wrong move can cost you an entire season. Luckily, for all you football fanatics, you won't have to call the Third and Long hotline. Joe Narsa and the boys from the Between the Trenches podcast have your fantasy football fix.
Well, it's been an interesting start for the NFL season this year with a bunch of injuries happening to elite talent in the NFL. It's been tough for fantasy owners, and I know for a fact because I got 4 guys on my bench that were out this last week. So we decided to help you guys out, bringing in our Between the Trenches analysts, and they're going to help you out. We got Dwayne Turner and Mitch Sanderson. Guys, who are we starting this week?
For me, you got to start Amari Cooper, the wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. He's a guy who's gone for over 100 yards these past 2 weeks, and he's done it against the likes of Jimmy Smith and Joe Hayden. I mean, that's pretty impressive. He's a guy who's definitely going to be the leading candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, my other start has to be Jordan Reed, the tight end for the Washington Redskins. He's a guy who sees plenty of targets from Kirk Cousins, his quarterback, and with Deshaun Jackson out due to a hamstring injury, he's somebody you definitely should have starting for you at the tight end position.
And I mean, having a guy like Gronk on a week 4 bye, that's absolutely fantastic. If you can get Jordan Reed as a free agent, it'll definitely fill in that void for that 1 week.
Absolutely.
Mitch, who do you have in your starts?
My start of the week has to be Dallas Cowboys running back Joseph Randle. Randle had 3 touchdowns in the first half against the Falcons last week, and he's playing the New Orleans Saints in a very weak run defense behind a very good offensive line, probably the best line in football with the Dallas Cowboys. And the Cowboys forgot to run the ball in the second half against the Falcons last week, but they will not do the same thing against a weak run defense in New Orleans. My receiver has to be Julio Jones. Julio Jones has absolutely torn up the NFL through 3 weeks. He had 2 touchdowns against those Dallas Cowboys, and he's playing a weak secondary in the Houston Texans this week.
Now, I think the toughest thing most fantasy owners go through is who to sit. You usually end up leaving some talent off the field, and that sometimes could hurt you. So, Dwayne, who do you have in your sits this week?
That's an easy one, Joe. You have to sit Eli Manning this week. He's a guy who he hasn't thrown any interceptions as of yet. He's known for it, but he hasn't thrown any yet. But the problem is he's going against a Buffalo Bills defense that is aggressive and opportunistic. They've been turning the ball over against opposing offenses like it's nobody's business. And to be frank, he's made Andrew Luck and Ryan Tannehill look average these past 2 weeks. So do not play Eli Manning this week. He's a must sit.
Dwayne mentioned it. Ryan Tannehill had a bad start to his NFL season this year. He played Buffalo Bills and threw 3 interceptions. He's playing a very similar New York Jets defense in London, England this week. And that's not a good start to a Dolphins offense who have had a poor start to the NFL season.
Well, there you have it. That is your starts and the sits. Make sure to keep the other Manning brother off the field, and it's not going to be a cup of tea for Ryan Tannehill in England. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to stay informed at BetweenTheTrenches.com, and hopefully you have a great fantasy week.
Coming up after the break, the North York Rangers and Milton IceHawks in some OJHL action.
And things get a little spicy when we track down a familiar face at the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer charity event. Hello, ladies. Stick around.
I'm Dwayne Cameron, defensive back coach at Wilfrid Laurier University.
Hey, this is Sam Sabrin, the defensive assistant and strength and conditioning coach for the Waterloo Warriors.
Ryan Edwards, third-year defensive back, University of Guelph.
Tom Marshall, number 28. I'm fullback for the Western Mustangs.
It's in Super Elite.
With Super Elite.
I am a Super Elite athlete.
And I'm a Super Elite athlete.
I used to be a fan of Chipotle, the delicious assortment of toppings, the warm environment. You know when I stopped going? When everyone else started eating at Chipotle. The OJHL, unlike one of my former favorite restaurants, is still one of the best kept secrets in hockey. With a wide variety of top talent this province rarely has seen by anyone. Our coverage continued last week with North York taking on Milton, Rangers, IceHawks, Ontario Junior Hockey League, catch the fever. In the early goings of this one, Milton tender Marcus Semiow is going to come way out of his crease to play the loose puck off the boards. Survey says nope. Nick Zanette would pick the puck up off the glass and buries it into the yawning cage. 1-0 Rangers, and Zanette wasn't done. Just before the end of the first, another Milton turnover in their own end. Zanette would pick it up in the neutral zone from the top of the circle, unleashes a clapper. Yeah, you heard that. Over the shoulder of Semiow, barred down. It's 2-0 North York after 20 minutes, and they would keep pouring it on in the second. Rangers got chalk with the breakaway, but Semiow gets a little help from the iron. Gotta be good to be lucky, I guess. Pressure would keep coming from North York. Another breakaway for the Rangers, but Semiow flashing the leather on multiple occasions. And then after a great cross-ice dish in front, Semiow responds again. He'd make 47 saves in this one. But Milton would lose their focus later in the second period, taking a careless boarding penalty in the corner. North York would finally make the IceHawks pay for their transgressions on the power play. It's Gottschalk getting a piece of the point shot in front. 3-0 North York, and they would ground the IceHawks 4-0. Rangers goalie Gianluca Baghetta, no thank you, I'm full, was stellar in this one, earns the shutout with the 30-save performance. Notables as well as the net with the 2-goal performance. Next game for Milton comes in Buffalo, and for North York, well, they're heading to Orangeville.
Sticking with puck, and for the last 5 years, the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer tournament has been a special experience for all those taking part. Adding $2.4 million in fundraising this year, the tournament has raised over $10 million for cancer research, with all funds going to the Princess Margaret Hospital. The day-long event features hundreds of road hockey games, musical acts, celebrity appearances, and activities for the whole family. Our Dwayne Turner and Nate Metzner were live on location.
Every 3 minutes, another Canadian is diagnosed with cancer. That is why the mantra of the day at Saturday's Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer at the Woodbine Racetrack was Game On, Cancer. And for the Vice President of Business Development for the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation, Steve Merker, coming together is the main theme.
Well, you know what? It means a lot of things. I mean, we're celebrating today the $2.4 million we raised, and there's 1,500 players. But most importantly, this is an outlet for a lot of people who are feel like they're helpless when it comes to cancer, and they want to do something. And when you see 1,500 guys and gals out here playing for someone special, that's what it's all about to me. Like, this is a meaningful outlet for people to feel like they're doing something about cancer.
Not only was the turnout for the event's 5th year amazing, but they also managed to break the Guinness World Record for the most money raised for a charity in a street hockey championship. and even the celebrities were in full bloom during the historic event.
Wow, you know, it means giving back, you know, getting in touch with other people, having some fun, and most important, game on for cancer.
Well, it means a lot to a lot of people. My wife Wendy died of colon cancer a number of years ago, but more importantly, Princess Margaret. We raised a lot of money for research to help the doctors do what they can do, and everybody here is representing somebody who they know who has cancer. So we all love playing ball hockey, street hockey, road hockey, and it's beautiful weather, and combined with everybody, we all win, and everybody benefits from it. So I'm here just having a good time.
Despite the fun in having celebrities present, it was thanks to the 150 teams that participated that allowed the charity to raise $2.4 million, which fully benefits the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation. Cancer is a disease that has touched far too many people, and oftentimes the people closest to us.
It's a great event. They raised, I think, $2.4 million today. Had a couple of people in my life that have had cancer, survived, and passed away from cancer, so it's great to raise money and get awareness out and have everybody show up here.
It's just great. Every year I say, oh, I can't do this again with the fundraising. It's very hard to fundraise. Everybody is looking for money. But when I arrive, I think I'm doing this again next year. It's a great motivation.
My brother has cancer currently. My wife's lost her brother and sister to a brain tumor. So I've been part of this for 5 years, and if it goes on for another 25 years, I'll be here.
The Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer event has raised more money than it ever has in its 5-year inception. And if today's turnout is any indication, it's only getting started. Cancer doesn't discriminate, and it's great to see people of all ages and of all ethnicities support such an incredible event. Reporting live for Nate and myself, Dwayne, Centennial Sportsnet.
Now, Matt, while there's been a lot of talk about the Toronto Blue Jays and the magical season that they've had, the Toronto Maple Leafs are actually opening up their season soon, and they had a pretty big offseason and look to turn some heads and surprise some people.
I gotta tell you, AK, for me personally, I'm all in. I say the Leafs squeak into the playoff race. Of course, getting Coach Babcock in the offseason. Much fanfare about that deal. Lou Lamoriello also joining the front office. So the pieces are in place to have a winning team. Of course, those guys cannot put the puck in the net for them, but with additions like William Nylander coming up the ranks and Nick Spaulding, only time will tell what the Leafs will do this season. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But we're out of time for this episode of Centennial Sportsnet. Music's playing. We'll see you next week.